Look at everybody, Harry Box, the technical trader at thetechtrader.com. It's Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2017. And these are the charts of the day at thetechtrader.com. Now, another good day on Wall Street. The market ripped new all-time highs. And you can see that a lot of stocks that we followed did phenomenally today. This is a big day for a lot of stocks that we are either trading or watching closely or swinging and things of that nature. So, starting off with AAOI, a member of a very strong semiconductor group. As you remember, the stock popped here and consolidated a rising wedge in the last couple of days. Have been very strong. Today was up 246, 7.25%. Traded 1 million shares. Good volume for that stock, and you can see that I'm looking for a move to close to 40, 39, 40 area. There's 2.92 days to cover. Earnings are coming out on the 23rd. Acadia, what a nice day today. Look at the reversal on this thing. First it came down in the morning to 36.25, then it blew to 39.75 on potential takeover rumors. And the way it closed with a big engulfing bar at the top of the channel, I wouldn't be surprised if this followed through to the 42, 44 zone very quickly. There's 10.2 days to cover on this one. ACIA, well, as you know, Acacia was a big market favorite, running from 26.7 range all the way up to 126.7. That was a nice little head and shoulder top. It broke right there. Came down in a falling wedge of sorts. We'll call this a large falling wedge. Today, and yes, yesterday it popped to the trend line. Today it broke through. There's a line of resistance around 68. I'm looking at that as a potential move to a move up to tomorrow morning early. But my real targets are 74 and 79.80 up in that area before we get a big resistance and maybe a pullback retest. But you can see that the declining top lines have been taken out. The moving average is starting to turn over. We may get a pullback after they cross over, but it could be from a higher level. 4.26 days to cover, as I said. Earnings coming out on the 23rd. That should be interesting. Our AXTI is doing well since the breakout of the wedge. The volume has been increasing. Today's volume is almost 1 million. That's the second biggest volume we've seen all the way back to September. So good things happening for AXTI. Looking for this one to make it up to 7.75 and 8.5 range. Earnings are coming out on the 22nd. That could be a impetus. AYR. Now, Air Castle, I want to show you this massive, on a weekly chart, 2-day chart, excuse me. Massive inverse head and shoulders. V bottom, shoulder line, neckline, breakout today, big time. Stock exploded for 239 at 10.3% on 1.5 million. Biggest volume on an update, right, all the way back to 2014, mid-year. 13 in the end of 2013. So a 3.5-year high in volume on a breakout day, very impressive. Not only that, but it broke through the top of the prior years. I can see the stock making its way up to the low, 33, 34 range. My short-term target, however, is going to be around 28. 11.86 days to cover. And the earnings came out today. That was the impetus for that move, but we may see some extension. I'll keep an eye on that one. Swing trade Bluebird doing very well. Came off the support level, jumping from 74.50 to 80.20, closed 79.30 up 360. Good day, almost 5%. Volume was 821,000, average volume. But I'm thinking if it gets through here, and it looks like it's right there at resistance. Take a look at the high here at 79.70. A little bit higher than that. So no excuses tomorrow. This thing can run, and I would not be shocked to see this make a move mid and then high 80s. Mid 80s and mid 90s going forward. There's 12.34 days to cover. Earnings coming out 22nd. Let's keep an eye on that one, of course. Cara Therapeutics swing trade had a big reversal to the upside today after pulling back for 1 day. So I'm very impressed with that. We were up for 7 to 8 days in a row. We pulled back 1 day. Today the volume reversed, and so did the stock. And for me, if we can get it to 17, we're looking at 22.3 range. This could be interesting. CRBP, another biotech that's coming out of a consolidation. It looks to me like the falling little pattern of the last month. Broke out yesterday, and today was a follow-through. Up another $1.30 or 18.3%. Now there's 8.9 days to cover short. This could get squeezed. Look for a quick test and run up near 10.30, 10.50. Through that, and you look at the mid-channel around 15. ELOS. Well, I spotted the base a couple months ago and told you about it, and you can see it broke out, wedged, popped, retested. Today was a big day for it, up 105 or 11.3% on 1.4 million. On it's like 2.4 million. I'm sorry, that's a 2-day chart. Right, 1.4 million traded today. You can see I ran up to the top of the channel. But lateral resistance indicates that this may have some more to go, perhaps as high as 10 and 3/4 tomorrow, 11, and then 12, and then 13. These are targets going forward for ELOS, and potentially a takeout, they're saying. Earnings coming out tomorrow could be the trigger. MCOR. Well, swing trade MCOR after it popped here and pulled back. We gave you swing. Choppy for a month, but there it goes now. Taking off. My target's 12.5, 13. And we'll see what happens beyond that. GV. 710 up 40 cents. You can see the ascending wedge if it breaks out. We're looking at 9.5 here, folks. This could be very, very interesting. Not a big short position, but a great chart. INFN. Well, after this big down move that took this from the mid-20s down to like 7.25. Built the base. Breakaway gap last week, Friday. Yesterday, a little follow through. Today, an inside day, but a bullish one closing at the upper end of the range. If this should get through 12.5, we can see, I think, as much as 14, 13.5, 14 short term, and maybe 16.5, 17 with 8.8 days to cover. That could be interesting. I love the way it's holding without a pullback. That tells me something. IVAC, well, very, very strong pattern, similar to GV. Difference is much lower volume and very little short position. But I'll tell you, this one has momentum. Problem I have with it is it's already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves. It may extend a little bit, maybe as high as 12.5, 13. Just keep an eye out and be careful. How about that JNUG? Look at the wedge or little coil that's forming. I know it could last a little longer. It could go another month, and let's say another week or two. But any day now, I'm feeling like this is going to blow, get through 13 and be 15. Stay tuned. Kate popped, broke out of the coil today. Now after hours, one of the stocks in that group had a really, really tough session. And as a result, some of the stocks in that group are down after hours. I didn't see this. Fossil had the bad earnings. So MOV, Cores, and COH were down. And I look at the after hours on Kate, I'm not seeing it. It's holding up pretty well. Takeover rumors extraordinary on this one. Now you can see it's down a little bit. About 8 cents, no big deal. I'm not going to call that anything but positive. And after the declining tops line and channel was broken with that pop, it coiled for a month, 5 weeks, it's breaking out again. If today's high is taken out, and that's over 20, we can see 22.3 very quickly. Earnings coming out on 2030. I think they'll be important. That's about a week and a half. LAB is looking spectacular. First, the big wedge is broken out. The declining top line was taken out. Lateral price resistance taken out. Right in here. Now it's moved up to test that zone. It may very well follow through and reach the 49.5 area at this spike high. And it came in 49.40 on November the 14th. If we get to that level, we're going to look at a stock in the mid-50s, maybe 55.6. Biotechs are looking much better. Today was a big day for them. LXU, there's your breakout. Popped and broke out of the coil yesterday, popped and broke out across the tops today. I'm thinking 11 and a quarter, 12.5, and 14 going forward. 13.8 days to cover. Earnings coming out in 2 weeks. This is very intriguing. I like the way it looks a lot. This is a left-handed extension, right-handed extended V-bottom. Platform consolidation for 3-4 months. Now the breakout. If this is 1 and 2, we got 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5 to come up. Could be interesting. Oclaro, very nice day. The wedge broke yesterday. The follow-through came today with increasing volume of 14.5 million. It broke through all the tops. I think we're headed to 13.5, 14 zone. Near term. 2.76 days to cover in that one. OSUR, very similar to INFN. Watch. INFN popped and consolidated. OSUR broke out and pulled back and consolidated. Now today was an engulfing day over a bigger bar than these last 2 sessions, which I think is very bullish. And it closed at the top of the range. So I'm looking for this one to follow through to test the 11.5 range, and if that gets through there, it could take off. Biotech RXDX extended the breakout out of the base pattern. Now technically, for me, this was the base pattern in here, broke out. I moved it up there because there's a couple tops in that zone back in here and there. but my target now is a $10 range. So I'm thinking short term we get to 10. It's 3.8 days to cover on this one. Hey, some of the solar stocks woke up today, folks, quite a bit. Look at SE. Now, I'm going to show you the pattern because the downtrend is intact. But over the last 4 months, SEDG went sideways, formed a nice little base. After hours, it came out with earnings. Check out the pop. 14.20 to 16 nearly. Pulled back and it's trading at 15.35, up about 90 cents after hours. This should be a swing trade, a day trade tomorrow. There's 13.8 days to cover. Very interesting. This could get squeezed tomorrow. My target's going to be 17.5 in the next few days, but for tomorrow the scalp target's around 16 and then 17.5. Silica continues to push up another 232 or 4%. A new nominal new high today at 60.08, a few cents above the recent high at 60.05. So look, here's the bottom line. It's in a tremendous uptrend. Looks like a lot like Nvidia did, or some of those others. But when you get a stock in a rising channel like that, you have to consider momentum is ahead of you. This is an internal trend line that says at least 64. We get through that, we're looking at 74. There's 6 days to cover short. And earnings come out, and if they're good, this could be the blow-off phase coming up. Stay tuned. URA, well, the uranium stocks really recovered nicely. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wouldn't be a chaser here because I think it gets to the 2021 range. I'm not sure how much more goes short term before we get a bigger pullback. Anyway, an interesting pattern, very bullish. Look at this big base. Look at the volume coming in. Looking for 20 and then eventually 24. Zoma, stock we don't talk about too much, and here's why. It's ugly. Very. This is like a 10-for-1 reverse split. So you can see how far the stock has dropped. This is a new all-time low until the last 2 days when huge volume came in on a breakaway yesterday. Big follow through today. There's some minor resistance right there. If we follow through, look where the target is. This could be 7.5, 3/4 very quickly, especially if it opens up strong tomorrow. With 5.27 days to cover, let's keep a close tab on this for a potential day trade tomorrow. XPL swing trade is doing great. It broke out of the consolidation of the last couple of weeks and has continued. Right now it's testing the 49.86 level that was reached on December the 9th. It hit 49.79 today, right there. Now you can, looking at the long-term chart, a big inverse head and shoulders, massive base, a major breakaway gap, a consolidation double test, a breakout there, a run up to resistance there, a beautiful wedge there, a breakout, retest, and we're up again. Now, when you look at this pattern, this is all-time highs. If it gets through this zone, we may very well see the stock rocket into the first 60 range and then potentially 70 or better. 14.21 days, 2 days to cover. Very interesting. And earnings coming out in a week. And lastly tonight is Zion. A really, really nice pullback. This 1 day here on big volume was as ugly as it gets. But the fact that it didn't follow through too much, it held the 50 and the trend line and started to move back up was good, but I wanted to see volume. We didn't get big volume today, but we got good enough. This stock has now been up 8 days in a row and 10 of the last 11. It's at resistance. There could be a pullback, but marijuana stocks, pharmaceuticals, etc., are just doing great these days, and this is one that looks very appetizing. Look, you can look back and see where this is zone here. It portends some pretty darn strong resistance, but if it gets through that, it may very well test 32, 33, my secondary target. First target, probably about 26, if we get through here. That's it for tonight, everybody. You all have a good evening, and let's make